Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It's FUBO here with another video for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about two stocks that I think are now in a great buy zone. Without further ado, let's get right into the video, talk about these two stocks that I think are going to do very well coming up. Alright, so the two stocks are Tattooed Chef and FUBOTV. I have both of their charts here right now. We're going to be talking more about these companies. Tattooed Chef had a little bit of a dramatic weekend. They basically, their CEO sold a bunch of their shares and their CFO resigned and had to be replaced by the company. Guys, this is scary, and Tattooed Chef definitely suffered today. As you can see, Tattooed Chef is down 11% on the day, and we'll take a look at this right here. Now here it is. Galletti Salvatore, the CEO of Tattooed Chef, has sold about 800,000 shares for a price of $10 per share. Now guys, it is always scary when a CEO sells their shares. However, I don't ever really think of this as a reason to sell your shares, because there is so many reasons why someone wants to sell their shares. And as you can see, he's not even trying to get the best price for these shares. He sold them for $10 a share. So that should just be your first-hand clue that this is not really the CEO just trying to get his money and run, or the CFO resigning. You guys have to look more into this. This is why I'm pulling up financial statements on the SEC just to see what they report. And in this case, the CEO was trying to clear some debt, some personal debt, so he had to get rid of these shares, and that's what he was doing. It has nothing to do with the company, nothing to do with the fundamentals of the company, so I don't really think this is a big thing to worry about. And also, I think it's more of an opportunity to actually get these shares at a discounted price. It's down 11% on the day. Are you kidding me? I'm about to eat that up. And as you can see on this 8K report right here, this is the resignation of the chief financial officer. Mr. Cargill, the former CFO of Tattooed Chef, has resigned, but it is not the result of any disagreement with the company on any matter relating to the company's operations, policies, or procedures. Perhaps Mr. Cargill got a better deal somewhere else. Maybe he's trying to move on with his career. We don't really know, and I don't think it's smart to just make assumptions that this is a bad thing. It is a pretty dramatic thing, especially when the headlines are spammed and a lot of people have sold their stock. And another thing is that Tattooed Chef, if we go over here to FinViz, 30% short. So that is another thing to look out for when looking at this stock. Now, the reason for this 30% short float is because of a short seller report that was all the way back in November, and as you can see, it is around the same price as it was in November. It fell a little bit then it rallied to new highs, then it started falling again, and I guess there's just still short float on this stock, although I don't know if I really agree with this, because the company is doing great things. They're not even valued that high, and they make a lot of money, this company, and they make profit as well. We go down to the income statement right here. This company actually reports a gross profit of $23.66 million in 2020. So I honestly think that's pretty good for a growth company. For the people who are on my channel often, how many times have we actually seen a company report a gross profit that is also a growth company? That is honestly pretty rare, and I really like that they're a profitable company this early on in their life cycle. So I'm going to be looking to adding to this stock very shortly. We're going to see how the next few days play out, see how this week plays out, and then make our judgment. If it's too late, then it's too late, but I think $16 a share is the perfect price to get in on this stock. And another thing to look at is that they have a PE of 11. Guys, how many growth companies do you know even have a PE? Most of these companies don't have earnings, and they actually have a great PE ratio. They're being sold all around the country. Tattooed Chef is a good stock. Another thing to check out is that I've pulled up the packaged foods industry right here on FinViz, and we are going to sort this by PE ratio right here. As you can see, there are plenty of companies, including Kraft Heinz Company, including Hain Celestial Group. they're reporting a PE of around 200. Now, if we try to find Tattooed Chef, we're going to click next here. As you can see, Tattooed Chef has the second lowest PE ratio of all packaged foods companies. The only company that is lower than it is Seneca Foods. The rest of the companies do not even have a PE ratio. So when I see this, I get excited because they are lower than their peers. That means that they are underpriced compared to their peers. That means that this stock likely has a huge upside, and that's why I like Tattooed Chef. To summarize this, Tattooed Chef has been beaten down. It's down 11% on the day. We looked at the CEO and the CFO drama. We concluded that it was nothing to do with fundamentals of the company. It was more of just fear-mongering and something that has scared investors. We take a look at their income statement. We see that they're reporting a gross profit. How many growth companies do you see report a gross profit? Then we take a look at their PE ratio. Their PE ratio is one of the lowest in the industry, the second lowest in their industry, and that is phenomenal, guys. Something like this is what you want to look for when you're buying a growth stock. Something like this is the type of stock that will beat the S&P 500, and it will perform well long term if you just hold on to it. So that being said, we're going to get right into FUBO, but I really do like Tattooed Chef, so you guys should definitely check that out. Alright, so here we are looking at FUBO. As you can see, it has reached a high of about $60 per share. It started rallying again. It got to $50 per share. Now it is trading at a whopping $19 per share. Guys, if you've ever heard the Warren Buffett saying, it is to be greedy while others are fearful. Lots of people are fearful in this stock, and I'll tell you why right now. In fact, I don't really even need to tell you why, because just look at what is going on with the news on FUBO. Literally every single trading day, there is millions and billions of reminders of these class action lawsuits for FUBO. Guys, if you have not already checked out my video on why FUBO crashed, I talk about these class action lawsuits and what exactly I think of them. So click that link above if you want to find out some more. But guys, I don't think this lawsuit is that big of a deal. It looks like a money grab for these lawyers. I'm not going to get too much into it because I already made a video on it. As you can see, the stock price has continued to decline day after day, and FUBO has reached a point where I just think it's been way too much, and I think it's time to hop on this stock. Now, as you can see, all of these analysts have price targets well above $20 a share. Most of them are above $30 a share. I think it is worth over $20 a share, so I will likely pick up more shares of this in this upcoming week. I think this is another stock that you can definitely beat the S&P 500 with. As you can see, it's under its 200-day SMA. That's this yellow line right here. So you are definitely getting the average price for FUBO at this point if you do pick up the shares. And I don't know if I'll see much more volatility. The stock market is in a bull run. I don't know if there's going to be a bear run anytime soon, just given this past performance. And growth stocks have been hit very, very hard. As you can see, FUBO has gone down from 60 to 20. So that is a hard hit, and it's time to be greedy while all this fear-mongering exists from these law firms who are dishing out a phony lawsuit. Now, it's going to be a little difficult for me to compare FUBO to other companies because I took a look at this broadcasting right here. So we take a look at broadcasting. It's basically a bunch of media companies, but not really streaming companies. So it's hard for me to compare to a media company when FUBO is not really a media company. It's not really a broadcasting company. It's a streaming company. So although it says the price to sales of 1280 is high, I'm going to take a look at two comparable companies, which are Netflix and Roku, to see what exactly their price to sales ratio is, and we can make a comparison to that. So we're going to take a look at Netflix. They're around 10 price to sales. That is pretty decent, and not many people are shorting Netflix, as you can see here, and I think Netflix is also a good stock. Then we'll take a look at Roku. Roku is trading at 26 price to sales, which is over double that to FUBO. So if anything, that means Roku is overvalued compared to FUBO. Now, that being said, Netflix and Roku are much larger companies than FUBO, so it is a bit different of a story. However, if you do believe in FUBO, which I definitely do, and it definitely has some links to gambling, and it's also just a great stock for the sports industry. And that actually makes me want to take a look at DraftKings right here, because DraftKings is at a 36 price to sales and has not seen nearly as much of a decline as FUBO has. So I think it is time to get into FUBO, and I think it is time to get into Tattooed Chef, ladies and gentlemen. These stocks, they're both beaten up, beaten down. They were both originally SPACs, and the whole SPAC market has seen huge decreases, but just because it's correlating with the SPAC market doesn't mean that these companies are bad companies themselves. We've crunched the numbers, we've looked at what's good, especially in the case of Tattooed Chef. I think that stock is a perfect stock to buy. I will definitely be buying more of this stock. The numbers look great for that stock. I am very confident that that stock will perform well for you if you hold it for years and years and years. Everything's looking good. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it today. It's nice to finally make a video where I'm saying that a stock is good, so I'm very happy to be making this video. I hope you guys take my advice and take a look at these stocks. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just some guy on YouTube. So take everything I have to say with a grain of salt. I do have 2 degrees in finance, and I will be buying both of these stocks. So take that as you will. That all being said, that's going to be it for the video for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I surely enjoyed making it. Remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Remember to give me that thumbs up on the video. Liking the video is the #1 thing you can do for someone like me who is out here being a new young YouTuber. It helps spread my content to other people on the internet. So that's going to be it for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.